Hi, and welcome again to another edition of Market Analysis for today, the 29th of March, 2023. I'm Giovanni Betancourt, analyst, trader, and educator with Vantage Markets. The S&P is up about 0.91%, and the Nasdaq is up about 0.93% this morning after three major U.S. benchmark indices finished the regular session lower while U.S. Treasury yields climbed as market participants moved the likely Fed's interest rate trajectory amid easing back bank jitters. Now, in yesterday's session, Wall Street's main averages closed lower as higher bond yields continue to pressure rate-sensitive tech and other growth stocks, with the Nasdaq dropping to a one-week low, and at the same time, energy stocks gained ground to lead gains among the major S&P sectors as the prices of WTI crude oil rose to a two-week high on Kurdistan supply risks and banking optimism. Also, AMC Entertainment Holdings jumped over plus 13% following a report that e-commerce giant Amazon was looking to acquire the theater chain. Now, also yesterday, uh, the data showed that the US CB Consumer Confidence Index unexpectedly rose to 104.2 in March, stronger than expectation of 101. Also, the US Richmond Manufacturing Index came in at negative in March, stronger -5 in March, stronger than expectation of -10. Now, this confidence data suggests that the Fed needs to continue to push forward with the hawkish policy guidance that they have been delivering for the last few months. Also, the U.S. rates futures have priced in a 42.5% chance of a 25 basis point rate increase and a 57.5% chance of no hike at the end of the central bank meeting in May. Now, also, like I was saying, Alibaba Group's surged over 14% after the e-commerce firm said that Tuesday, yesterday, that it was planning to split it into six units and explore fundraisings for listings for most of them, feeling optimism that Beijing's crackdown on the tech sector may be ending. Today, all eyes are focused on the U.S. pending home sales data. In a couple of hours, economists on average forecast that February's pending home sales will stand at negative 2.3% month to month compared to previous value of 0.81% month to month. Also, we're going to be having the U.S. crude oil inventories data that will be reported today as well. Economists estimate that this figure to be plus 0.092 million barrels compared to last week's value of 1.117 million barrels. In the bond markets, the United States 10 years rates are at 3.556, down 0.33%. So those are the big news. Let's see how that prices in into the markets before the open in about half an hour from now. So we see that rally in the Nasdaq so far. RSI is far from not far, but almost getting closer to entering that overbought territory. So if I have my resistance at 13,000, a nice round psychological figure, since we always think in round numbers, that should be the nearest resistance level that it most likely will be found in the indices in the Nasdaq. Uh, should we violate this resistance? Well, obviously, we have that high of March 22nd to be met. So the furthest to be consensus to say that it will probably come to will be around that level if we see that. Sorry about that, my puppy is barked. So we have the S&P also pushing higher. I have the 4080 level around that area to see if we'll be met today, most likely with the impulse that is having and the space uh, left to be reached and the other side to be reached, the overbought territory. We could probably reach that high of March 22nd, and then uh, if that is met, we have that high of March 6th also, but it's very close, very tight. So that's why I placed the 4080 resistance level right around that level. I know it has this 47.9, but just psychological raw numbers. Then we have the Dow, which has opened with a gap up. Uh, would that would that be close today? I don't think so because of the market momentum that it's having right now. So to be fair, 33,000 is a psychological round number, the resistance number, but that could be met since the RSI is further away from reaching overbought territory. Now, once this has been met, we could most likely contemplate that 33,100 could be an area where you'll find some sellers trying to sustain the the momentum on the indices. Now that could be all helped by obviously the momentum that the crude oil has. $74 is the around number that we've had since yesterday. It has is being met right now. Will it be broken? Will we trade above that? $75 will be our next resistance level. RSI is above 50. We're not showing that upward momentum. So let's just wait on the inventory to see how that will play out. But I am bullish on WTI. All right, so then we have here Nat Gas. Nat Gas is trading below that $2 marker, psychological level. Will it hold? Will the market continue to trade lower? Let's see how far back do we have to go to see where we could find and some levels of support for the nat gas. $1.86 ish around there, it could be that level. All right, and that was kind of met back in July of 2020. So if we do continue to push lower on nat gas, 185 could be our place where we could find that support for it. So let's wait and see if it does continue to trade below that $2. So I'm gonna move my level to around 185 ish around here. Let's see if that happens. Okay, then we're gonna lower our resistance, and given the fact to 10 could be probably be the best way. Our side almost closer to get into over sold territory, so that space could be enough. So at this moment, yeah, sell the nat gas. Then we have gold. Gold yesterday had a nice rally to the upside. It did close that gap that on Monday it opened down, so that has been closed. It has had some pressure, some selling pressure so far. The 9-day moving average is acting as a dynamic support, and it has found that support so far. It's holding. Will it range here around this area and see if it'll find some more buyers to bring it above 1980? That's where we should be seeing the RSI is below being overbought, so that could happen. The same token goes for the silver. Silver is also it has rated a bit lower than gold, but it is also trading lower. So let's see what that could entitle. Anything on silver to buy long would have to be met with confirmation that the sell-off is already done, and then obviously take all of this out, and obviously we will have to wait until it comes back up to where it opened. Then copper is the one that I am more bullish about. Then I going long copper, remeeting or revisiting that high of March 24th. That could be the most likely scenario. RSI is far away from, not far, but is not getting closer to being overbought. There's still some room for this market to continue to move. It most likely will either reach that 414 level. So I'm long copper. Then we have Bitcoin that has made a breakout after just such a tight range yesterday, above 28,000. So will it reach 29,000 today? Let's see if that's being met today. So then we have the euro. The euro opened with a gap up. Will that gap be closed today? And then somewhere around here, the 108.40 be the where we find support buyers and and make another attempt to the upside. That could be the case. The pound is just really trading within range, and that could be all of these things could happen. A movement to the upside in gold and obviously metals, currencies, and even the crude oil could be happening if the dollar index does fluctuate lower and breaks that 102. So we let's see if that's the case. In the dollar index, though, it has opened with a gap up. So will it become the one will the market participants come in and close that gap so that movement to the downside on the dollar index can help obviously currencies, metals, and even crude oil. Okay, well, those are my indices for today. Have a fantastic trading day. I'll see you tomorrow.